Yeah, rest 2000. Enemy of my tribe, I upper mind, so what's happening? Government and all, y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. Oh yeah, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this Earl head. My nation, my Nietzsche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government owe $1 trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me, I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling over me. Only somebody just like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Iron Cherokee, the chief and Dr. G.L.E. I'm still a G like EST. You might not be as G as me. You think you free, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They got us good, they still hating on my people. When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood after all. Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holy land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it. Everything is not what it seems, but I'm killing it. Can you afford to pay attention who you living with? Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it? Fall back off my Nietzsche, I'm peeping y'all tactics. This ain't no earth war, this is galactics. Goddesses and gods warming up like practice. We gon' put arrows on your chest like patch. Mongoloids can't style like us, them fake natives ain't wild like us. They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us. Nobody power like us, nobody peace pipe like us. Boxing, y'all can't fight like us, nobody lost they right like us. Wake them up, I'm in the way. Say too much, I'm in the way. They trying to kill us anyway, so listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that since it's finna say, everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us, ain't no in between. I'm a non-ether being, not a human being. I fucked in 1492, but all my allies what it do. Renegade got clipped for days, be careful, I advise you to. Yeah, my tribe, I upper mind, so what's happening? Government and all, y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, oh yeah, Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche.
And free, and free, and free, and free, free, and free, and free, free, free.
Hey, yo, Quantic, run them bands up. Yo, we got homie on.
Nigga flow so sick, hit rewind. Little bit, caught my phone, hit decline. Nigga want me to phone, but tell him keep trying. Been ballin' on niggas, I done retired. Yeah, one time, turn the beat down. Let a nigga go crazy, see now. Fell off, got it back, had to retry. Bitch say I wasn't shit, had to remind.
Excuse me, it's Big Dog, straight drop. Yeah, all right, Mayo. Everything good as a 10-4.
Pour some drink, roll up some ganja. I'm about to blow like a motherfucking roster. Big dog status, you know I ain't flogging. Go in the way that I want, I ain't bothered.
Yellow bone with me, feeling like a mod. She wanna kick it, she my no karate. I just want head, I don't want nobody. Might take a nigga, bitch, that's a rob.
That hoe back, stop it, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking option, nigga. Oh, I got your little hoe up on my side like a motherfucking option, nigga.
Big black nigga, my persona. Yes, I'm guilty, Your Honor. Of killing these niggas and fucking these bitches. Yes, I admit to the charges.
ABR be the mafia. Tell them ain't nobody stopping us. Lot of sucker niggas wanna copy us. Still dripping on the floor, you can mop it.
Let me pop my shit. Niggas be killing me. Gotta swap my shit. Niggas watch my shit. Since you niggas stealing, well, let me lock my shit. Let me stop my shit. Yeah, I'm from the bottom, but that don't stop not shit. Bitch, I'm an underdog. I mean, underhog. Still, nothing top my shit. Bitch, I'm the truth. And I showed you over and over again. This shit ain't no fluke. This is the proof. I set the bar in this bitch, and I'ma raise it like a roof. They counting me out. Yeah, they gotta be tripping. I don't know shit about addition. Subtracting myself from anything bullshitting. I move forward, that's condition. Since I do music, now I gotta move different. Be damn, I move without a tools. And rappers is dangerous, and I just can't be caught slipping. Be damn, I let a nigga do me. I ain't no killer, but I ain't never scared to shoot it. Don't run up on me like a groupie. We got some beef, nigga shells come included. This won't be a Taco Tuesday.
At Groupon, we want Valentine's Day to be a day to do the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's massages with your bestie, wine tastings with mom.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't legalized. Realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Realize. Yeah. Slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sparing. You got white privilege, so you don't need sparing. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans, naturalized citizens, made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492, we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Thank God don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted, it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And the Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees that made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aboriginal, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privilege is real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savage. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. You built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read, but we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin copper color look just like a penny. Want it all land and you call us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there together, pay attention. We got ancestors, but the papers is missing. Kings and queens, but you can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a back, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States, only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me, say stop governing me. Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walking around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I've stated. You still oppress, somebody gotta say it. I'm talking out of school, that's the reason I made it. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. It ain't my story. History, it's his story. It's his story. Probably ain't your story. History, it's his story. It's his story.
I am Charlie D'Amelio from TikTok.
I don't know how Charlie blew up. Give me a vote. They're normal.
Yeah. Threads 3000. You out of pocket, 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 pocket, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket, 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 you out of pocket. Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. Check yourself. I'ma just do the race myself. Even when I sneeze, I bless myself. I'ma get through the rest by myself. Go to the Nike store and check yourself. Talking to the police, arrest yourself. Hate is a disease, test yourself. Suicide yourself, X yourself. Don't find me, find yourself. Niggas be geeking beside themselves. Please get lost, nigga, hide yourself. Spend all summer long by yourself. Kill yourself, outline yourself. You ain't solid as me, remind yourself. Monkey ass nigga, climb yourself. Transform Optimus Prime yourself. Bird box gone unblind yourself. Got spend all day time yourself. Whine yourself, dine yourself. Bitch ass nigga, flat on yourself. The way you move, retire yourself. Find you a flunky and hire yourself. Worried about me, admire yourself. You a pretty good goddamn lie yourself. Focus on you, desire yourself. Loose shit's line, empire yourself. Stop hating every day and inspire yourself. Got 21 questions, wire yourself. Hate my style, get fly yourself. If it ain't working out, then fire yourself. Might as well rich or fire yourself. I'm laughing at you, you proud of yourself. You out of pocket, you out of pocket, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. You out of pocket, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket. 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 Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket.
Fuck nigga, catch amnesia. Play the victim when they don't need you. Just cut they water like the water people. Cold hustlers, no you can't feed them. Need a handout for every reason. Bills late for every reason. Hit my trap phone for a few zones. Now you gotta play, nigga, I'm the reason. If you owe a nigga, then you out of pocket. Pay your debt, keep your name silent. Can't get a bag on cuss salmon without a piece of steak. It was all solid. Run off without a profit. Run you down with a pocket rocket. Them dirty hoes, they be out of pocket on Instagram, straight pocket watching. Bougie bitches all made up. Ass and titties been nip tucked. Eyelashes can't trick us. And that last surgery looks silly sus. Bald headed whole shit out of pocket. Rent late, but your nails proper. Pussy stink, girl, please stop it. When the last time you went and seen a doctor?
You out of pocket, you out of pocket, you out of pocket, you out of pocket. You out of pocket, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket. 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 Hey, hang yourself. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket. Yeah, you out of pocket. You out of pocket.
Hey, peace and paradise to all the American Aborigines. Supreme Chief Holiday is in the building. I want to say shout out to everybody, man, tapped in tonight. It's going to be listening to this later on. Peace to you guys. Give you a thank you in advance right now. I want to say shout out to PIC. Is in the CEO. Has entered the building as well. I want to say shout out to everybody, man. You guys see the title, man. Aboriginal Masters of America, man. You know, we went over the word of masters of the day, man. We're gonna be breaking a lot of that stuff down. Get into a few things tonight, man. Once again, the social, political, economic constructs and things that these words and things that we're fighting against. We're fighting against. It's a machine. You know what I'm saying? It's well oiled. It's well funded. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be showing a video. Shout out to Phil. Previously, a Phil advised shows now it's African diaspora, whatever. So we're gonna be showing that video a little bit, man. Something I just want to get you guys' opinion on some stuff, man. So let's say shout out to everybody, man. Tap in, man. Let's see what we got in the building. Got Mimi, Shebrew in the building. Copper Colored Nation, Raina, Big Dog, Haru, Truth Searchers in the building. Mike Prentice. Say peace to the guys, man. I see Muffy Duffy in the building. Say peace to everybody, man. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. Definitely appreciate it. Hey, man, guys, come in, man. Hit that like button, man. Share on all the social media platforms, man. Hope you guys appreciate it. The music as well. Shout out to Threads. What's going on there? You already know Mr. Lake Village, Mr. Arkansas himself. Mr. LV was in the building, man. A-State Band Runners, yeah. You already know, man. That Underhog. Sheesh. Shout out to that, man. You already know, man. New music is definitely on the way, man. For all these artists, man, they always working. You know, we're gonna be playing a little bit more music tonight as well. So I say shout out to everybody, man. We definitely appreciate you guys, man, taking your time out to spend time with us, man. This evening, man. So, appreciate it, man. Really do. Out of pocket, yeah. Go bang yourself. Threads, King David. Shout out to King David. So yeah, we're ready to cue that. Join up though. So just a little bit earlier, man, I was watching this Pan-African channel, right? And they had some sisters. I know one of them was Miss Ravioli. I think we've seen Miss Ravioli over here before. There's another sister, and they was banging with them, and and they was telling them, hey, we have our records, we know who we are, you know what I'm saying. And one of the guys that's the host of the show is over on the continent of Africa, right? And he's always trying to tell us that we're Africans and all this other stuff, right? I think it's really interesting. And then he had his brother on there that was from Nigeria as well, being very disrespectful to the sisters, right? And it's really interesting. But one of the sisters had her mother come on, who was born in 1949. We had her records, and with her great grandmothers, she met her great grandmothers and things that they said who they were and stuff. They just was really been real disrespectful, and it was like they couldn't accept anything, like no records, nothing, no simple things, right? The one thing the dude kept asking y'all, this is what he kept asking. It was crazy. Yeah. What tribe was these sisters from? Like, one of the sisters didn't know. She said she was still doing her research. She said she heard Cherokee and stuff, but she didn't know anything specific, right? And I'm like, yo, that's interesting, and they kept saying, well, Danielson is you guys' teacher. Why don't you guys know certain things? And, kept, being, Danielson. They kept saying Danielson, you know what I mean? Kept calling Danielson's name. I thought it was interesting. Not the sisters. The sisters was like, yo, yeah, we've learned some stuff, but that's not the only place that we get information from, right? You know what I'm saying? They were saying what they were saying. But basically, like, yo, my mom was right here, and I met my grandmother, and, I have oral traditions. We have our birth certificates and so on and so forth, right? Just being very specific. This dude kept asking what tribe they was from. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, so I'm in there like, what tribe are you from? His name is Brandon. Brandon, what tribe are you from? Right? And then they always go to the DNA stuff. But I'm like, here's my thing, right? When he's asking these sisters what tribe were they from, but the question to all these pan-boo-boos is what tribe are you from, right? That'd be to Jabari, that'd be for Lex, that'd be for anybody. What tribe are you guys from over there? And don't tell me that any tribe over there's gonna let you get in their tribe based off of 18 DNA tests or whatever you've taken, genealogical DNA test. Right now, unless you've taken a paternity DNA test for somebody that who is from the continent of Africa, then it says, hey, you're positive in a certain percentage, right? Or whatever, right? So now we know if the accuracy of the test is still less than 0%, then these tests are inadmissible in anything, any conversation, right? So I'm gonna ask the guy the same thing. He's over in Africa, right? What tribe are you associated over there? Period. That's it. What family reunions? Now here's the thing. I like to keep telling people, right? Your tribe is your family. Now, you might find yourself associated with some of these war roles, Charles, Lawrence, Dawes, so on and so forth. This is people, hey, what reservation are you from? And all these other things. I think it's just really weird, just like we seen the video earlier. Shout out to Lotus, man, putting in that work earlier, man, banging on I don't know, it's banging on the globe or flat earth or both of them at the same time. I love to get down. He don't give a fuck. I'm just thinking though, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are we talking about though? You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about people who are participating in the caste system, participating in the color system, participating in continuing the colonization and degeneracy of our land, of our people, you know what I'm saying, of our heritage, you know what I mean, and all these things. So for people to continue to tell some other people, you know what I'm saying, who we are, that is super disrespectful, y'all. So I just wanted to say that, man. It's just really crazy when they say that. I'm just like, yo, bro, you could be Africans all you want. Go argue with them about that. Take your DNA test over there for them and get in your tribes. That's what you guys should do. You shouldn't be over telling us nothing. Shout out to Khalil was in the building. Say peace to the guys, man. Hey, man, press go if you truly descend from the greatest human beings known in world history, man. So press go. Say shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate you guys. Whole bunch, man. You guys could be anywhere else, man. But you guys tapped in, man. So, hey, man, once again, man, share this on all your social media, man. Tag me. I don't know about Twitter Space. I know I got a Twitter, Spring Chief Holiday. I don't know about Twitter Space. And, yeah, I'm on YouTube a lot, so I don't really know what, or Clubhouse. I don't do Clubhouse. There's be a lot of things going on in Clubhouse. Like, to me, it's like, it's like, the Google Hangouts back chat, but just gossiper, you know what I'm saying? But one thing is like connecting a lot of people that wouldn't be connected with other people. So that's pretty cool, from that perspective. Once again, it's always about communication. And, as you guys know, man, identity and social, social political, economics and all this other stuff is politics and all this stuff is all it should, of course, religion and all those other things, but when we're talking about these things, we know these things are on the front page. It's just like we shouldn't think like, oh, okay, these things shouldn't be important to us to speak on. I see Infinite is in the building. Peace to God. Appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, I'm on IG too. Same thing, Spring Chief Holiday. Yeah, you just share this on IG and Twitter. I troll a lot too, guys. I get trolled a lot, so I like to troll. But I troll as me though, you know what I mean? Like so yeah, I like to troll. So I wanna before we get into this though, guys, I want you guys to see something. I'm gonna pull up these states. Origin of the name of these states, right? And once again, it's just interesting what you're about to see. Shout out to a lot of the builders that seen this, during the return of the god Ahanu Amaru Kiel, aka Tantra, this one, man. A1 came in, man, and we went in, man. We had a great build. You guys, so check that out if you guys haven't checked it out, man. I want to say once again, thanks to all the people that support, the Only Builders, man. Only Builders 2022 at gmail.com. Thank everybody that support the pay-per-views, man. Everything, man. We appreciate you guys, man. I want to thank you guys in advance for everybody that's gonna be supporting that, man. But once again, 8 hours number gas. And it was one of the things that we had talked about. I just want to pull it up, man. I think it was really interesting. I want to share it with you guys, man. If we talk about your state, man, it's pretty dope. Maybe something that you didn't know, maybe something you do know, right? But once again, terminologies and things matter. So when you're saying certain words like Native American, just remember Native American didn't exist until 1975, just like African American, right? So when you see certain terms and they're trying to put them in time periods, okay, first off, this is from the Indian Affairs, right? This is, let me make sure, the U.S. Department of Interior, right, for Indian Affairs, okay? So I'm not saying that this is a primary source, but this will be, I guess, what you guys want to say, a primary reference. Okay, let's do that. We don't like to say primary source because we know even the Department of Interior, once again, is also a part of the social political constructs, and we get to it. Let's go. So the origin of the names of the U.S. states, right? That's our states, right? The origin of the names, right? You guys don't know this one. You guys gonna see something. Let's go. I don't know if you gotta scroll down. Okay, I'm like, sheesh. All right, it says following are the 50 states names listed alphabetically with brief explanations of their origins, right? So Alabama, right? Go Tide. From an Indian tribe, right? From a Negro tribe. Once again, Indian and Negro are interchangeable. We're gonna get into that conversation a little bit later, right? Indian tribe of the Creek Confederacy, right? Originally called the Alabamas or Alabamans, right? Who in turn gave the name to a river from which the state name was derived, right? Now here's how that works. The people, the land, rivers, all are interchangeable. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, people by that river, right? Tallahassee, Chattanooga, Tuscaloosa, you know what I mean? The Alabama River, you know what I'm saying? It's named after the Alabama people that, you know what I'm saying, that sustain life from that. And so the land, the area would be named after the Alabama or Alabaman people, right? So, we have to definitely touch more into Alabama and then you're talking about the Creek Confederations and all these people say, well, you're talking about Creek Confederations. And so when we talk about, so if it wasn't Native Americans in these confederations, who are we talking about? Who are these people, right? So a lot of people just, I don't know, it's like they have like this roadblock in their head, you know what I mean? You talk about that, let's keep on. Alaska, from Eskimo word, Alakshak, right? Meaning peninsula, also said to mean great lands, right? Now, once again, nobody called it that. It's just them once again saying, okay, and we can utilize words and things that come from. Once again, they didn't bring these words here, so that's another thing. They're not saying that the Europeans brought it here, so keep that in the back of your mind, right? Arizona. Many authorities attribute the meaning to a word meaning and zone or desert. Others claim the name is Aztec from Arizona, right? Meaning silver bearing, right? Still another version attributes the origin to the Papagos tribe of the Southwest. The Rook named it from the locality in which they lived called Arizonac, meaning site of the small springs, lack of water, right? This place was near the present town of Nogales, and in the early 1700s, silver was discovered near here, which gives some credence to the Aztec word Arizona, right? So let's go. Let's keep going. Scroll up a little bit. So we got Arkansas. It says origin uncertain. As usual with words of Indian or Negro origin, right? There are various spellings. I gotta move the screen though. Okay. Yeah, various spellings for the state name, right? It says among them, Alkanzia, Alkansas, and Alcomsey, right? Right. The word, according to some, is Algonquin origin, and the meaning is unknown. Others say that Arkansas is a French version of Kansas, a Sioux Indian name for Southwind people. See that? So if you took the AR, it's just Kansas, you know. So, yeah, but when we talk about the origin of these languages, right? I don't know if you guys caught the other night, the Willie Lynch joint. We were talking about American Latin, and we talk about, Latin wasn't brought here, and that Latin originates from here thousands of years before it was taken and remixed and brought back, you know what I'm saying, as weapons of conquest, of commerce, and commerce is war. I don't know if you guys knew that, right? So let's keep that in the back of your mind. California, right? And as you guys see the emblem of America on the thumbnail, it's a depiction of Queen Khalifa, which they're depicting as the emblem of America, right? So I just wanted to point that out, you know what I mean? So a lot of times people say, oh, America was just, in the context that they see it. But imagine how the European people who wanted to come here and who actually came here, you know what I'm saying? Who actually came here and saved their lives, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to come here and see how they see it, you know what I mean? So that's the greatness of our ancestors, right? So California, right? Generally agree that Cortez, right, first supplied the name. The origin is traced to the name of an imaginary island in an old Spanish romance written by Montalvo in 1510. The island is described as an earthly paradise. That's America, abundant with gold and precious gems. Okay. Now this one right here is this. I didn't know this one right here. This was interesting. We went over this another night, right? It's interesting. It says Colorado. Check this out. Presumably named from the river bearing the name, although only tributaries flow through the state. Okay. It says other theories are that it might have come from the Spanish word meaning rod, right? Or Rudy. Now remember, rod, red, rud Rudy is brown, describing the color of the stream in various places or the red earth found in some areas. Now, I was like, wow. So it's Rod or Rudy, which is brown, right? So Colorado, named after the people, so I just thought that was really interesting when we talk about the intimate words and stuff like that or whatever. So we're talking about Colorado, right? I think that's interesting. Connecticut appears to be a duration, derivation of an Indian word. Y'all already know. That's y'all see it right there. Quonoktacut. Now, it would sound like Connecticut. It's also what this says, Quonnecticut. Okay, so also Quonnecticut. Right. So the meaning, but the point is that the word originally comes from here, and when they changed it to Connecticut, it's still being that's new. It's not the original spelling of it, or you know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about like, well, we're gonna get into it, but when you see this right here, though, this is not the original. So, and then once it gets to Connecticut, another translation of the original. So this is just one translation of it. Y'all get what I'm saying? So this is what they're doing. All right, interpreted by some to mean river whose water is driven in waves by tides. It's an O-C. Winds. Other interpretations include long river, the long without end river, the long river place, right? Connecticut. So Delaware. All right, it's a name for Lord Delaware, right? I thought that was pretty interesting. Right, we're about to come back to that. First governor and captain general of Virginia, who in 1630 explored the bay and river area where his name was first applied. Now, here's the crazy part about this, right? Forgot this guy's name. I had to pull his name up, right? But that's not his name, right? Not like John Smith, but it's another name, right? And basically, the same way how they could take on, like they come into something, he would be the Lord of this area. So once again, Delaware, and that bay was already there. He just became the Lord of it. So I got to find his name, y'all. It's gonna come to me in a minute. We'll go through that. But yeah, he is not the damn Lord. For them, he wasn't our Lord. We didn't, even the people in the Delaware area, the Delaware Indian were already there. Okay. So they're applying once again where his name was applied. Okay. So we're gonna get back to his name too, yeah. Florida. Now Florida's interesting, yeah. All right. Florida. In 1513. Now keep this in mind. 1513 is 106 years prior to 1619, brothers and sisters. Okay, 106 years. Okay, so I wanted to point that out. In 1513, Ponce de Leon, right, landed here on Easter Sunday. The Spanish, Pasco de Flores, meaning feast of flowers, for which the state is named, right? Now, their version is that, okay, there's a bunch of flowers there, and it was like, okay, they applied the name of the state, right? But once again, in 1513, it wasn't a part of America, right? Neither was Jamestown in 1513. But what is interesting, right, in 1787, right, when America, air quote America, was formed, Florida still wasn't a part of it. So what relationships, who was there when Ponce de Leon came there in 1513? When De Soto came there, you know what I'm saying? Who was there? Who was there? Right? We gotta talk about it. Who was there? Yeah. Georgia. Named by and for King George II of England. Right? So they said Georgia, King George, right? The colony bore this name in the charter granted by the king to General James Oglethorpe, colonial administrator in 1732. So what you're telling me is 220 some odd years, right? Florida's still connected to Georgia right now today, right? 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 Think about that. Think of the time period between Florida and we're talking about contact of these people. So now you're talking about King George of England, right? This is 200 and some odd years later, right? Them trying to apply their charters, their names and stuff to inhabitants somewhere else, to people that don't know anything about this, right? So think about that. Hawaii, English spelling of once again Hawaii, right? Possibly from a native word meaning homeland. Okay, Idaho, origin uncertain. Some claim to sterile from an Indian word of unknown meaning, while others claim the meaning gem of the mountains, which properly describes the state, especially because Indian translations quite often refer to natural features of surrounding country. Another claim is the Shoshone translation of Idaho, or light of the mountains. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's see if anybody Epic Studies in the building. So down here, DJ ZPE, Copper Goddess. Peace to everybody, man. Appreciate you guys. What's that guy name? Valley, okay. See Ann in the building. Peace and interest. David Bell. Peace to the guys, man. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. Illinois, from the Illini Indian. From the Illini. So keep in mind, Negro and Indian are interchangeable, but Negro was the descriptive term before they changed it to Indian. Right? Okay. So keep that back in mind. They're not saying Native Americans, but once again, Native Americans didn't exist in 1513, 1619, 1787, 1960. Y'all get the picture. Hold on a second. Yeah. Hey, let's get a song real fast. Hold on a second, y'all. We're about to get us a quick little music break. Real fast, y'all.
Yeah. Hey man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up. On the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, how I ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hollering black was never on your side. They too mad to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this my definition. If being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. We the God to the gate. So when they say they fear God, now you know what they made. Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some.
Put us in the same room, it gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some.
Put us in the same room, it gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Every day my niggas dying, they don't know the truth. How the hell you close to God, we don't know it's you. Yo, how the hell you supposed to survive, we don't know the shoot. He should've died, you let him slide, cause he look just like you. I tried to tell him all skin ain't kin. Everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't your friend. How the hell they supposed to help when they the ones that put you in? They don't struggle how we struggle, they can't get it how we live. Can't be scared to die when we already dead. Either way, your life is stake no matter how you play it. My higher self said we should choose remain godly. My lower want these motherfucking bodies. Infiltrate they circles like a motherfucking Audi. Take them to the south and put them down like OG Bobby. They don't want equality in this club, they want these problems. Killers right beside me, slam full of chicken moppers. Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some.
Put us in the same room, it gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some.
Put us in the same room, it gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Died in 1865. Trey Ali, infamous Trey Ali, yeah. Let's get right back to this thing. A second, we'll pull this back up. So, Indiana. Just the Illinois Fighting Illini. Dig. Thanks for everybody, man. The assassin. Shout out to the assassins in the building. Let's sing somebody else up here. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, yeah. So once again, though, Indiana, presumably named from the fact that the land lying along the Ohio River was purchased from the Indians. Others claim that it was named for the Indian tribes who settled in Western Pennsylvania. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, right? Well, keyword Indian, right? And a lot of times we ask everybody, what does Indian mean? Nobody just seems to know, right? And, we say, okay, well, Indian is a descriptive term of one of the people, right? If you do any type of research, you find out it's another descriptive term, like that nobody called themselves, I'm an Indian, right? So when they say, you know, it's a double speech. They say it was named after the Indians, and we don't know who named them or where they came from. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, yo. So this could have been easily called Niggerland, Niggerania, Niggeropolis. So, you know what I mean? So, I gotta think about that for a second. Iowa, from an Indian tribe, AIWO, bah, shit, meaning sleepy ones or drowsy ones. They definitely didn't name themselves that. You know what I'm saying? The whole state, sleepy ones or drowsy ones, like to make them sleep. They lived in the valley of the state's principal river, right? Now keep in mind, everybody's living on these rivers, right? Which they named for the tribe, right? Once again, tribe, river names, land, same stuff, right? And in turn, the name was applied to the state. It's a similar thing with Kansas, like what they said about that earlier. Name for Kansas or Kansa tribe, right? Of the Sioux family, right? That lived along the river in the area and gave it the name. They gave it the tribal name, right? The name translates as Southwind people or Wind people, right? Kentucky, origin and meaning controversial, I'm sure. Pioneer George Rogers Clark claimed the name was derived from the Indian word Kentucky, right? Meaning meadowland. I'm sure that's what it means, yeah. The claim is also made that it stems from the Shawnee word meaning at the head of a river, right? In so much as they use the Kentucky River in the traveling throughout the area. Okay? It is also claimed to stem from why not, or Kentucky, Kentuckian, meaning land of tomorrow. Interesting, right? Louisiana, named in honor of Louis, what's that? 12th, 13th, some dumb shit of France, first used in 1683 by French explorer Rene Robert Cavelier, right? De La Salle, and was applied to the territory encompassing the drainage basin of the Mississippi and its tributaries, right? I don't know about that one, y'all. Especially the date 1683, right? I think that's pretty interesting. We got Maine, two versions. One is that it was so called by early explorers after the private estate of Henrietta Maria in Maine, a French province. The other attributes to fishermen of the island along the coast who referred to it as the Maine or mainland, often spelled mainland, right? Mainland. In some early documents, in a grant to Sir Fernando Borges by Charles I in 1639, it is referred to as the Providence or country of Maine. Right? Okay. Maryland, named for Queen Henrietta Maria, wife of Charles I of England. Okay. Massachusetts, right? Now this is the first state, right? Named, right? How can that be? Well, we'll get back to that. First of the states to have an Indian name, right? From the Algonquin word Massachusetts, I don't know if I got all these words up right, meaning great hill, small place, possibly for the hills around Boston as seen from the bay, right? Now, when it said first, but it's first to them, because if things were already named like in Alabama and all these other things, you know, when these people came here, right? So when they the British or whoever named Massachusetts. This was after Florida, for instance, right? Just letting y'all know. So once again, they'll put you in the mind frame because they're writing it. That's the spell. First of the states, right? Once again, you'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Michigan, from Algonquin, right? Michigano, right? Meaning big lake or great water, deriving its name from the lake of the same name. Also said to be from Mishi, meaning great, and Gama, meaning water, great water, right? Minnesota, from the Sioux word meaning cloudy water or sky-tinted water, deriving its name from the river of same name. So they didn't bring Minnesota either, you guys, or Michigan, or Massachusetts, okay? Or Mississippi. Scroll up a little bit. Mississippi meaning great river or gathering in of all the waters, right? Sometimes referring to as the father of waters, indicating that the Indians were aware of the immensity of the river, right? First written by Tonti as Mississippi, right? Now, what's interesting, they said that the Indians knew this. Well, these were our trade routes, these are our super highways across America, north, south, east, and west, man. So these people are retarded. And there's definitely scientific evidence that trading was going on for thousands of years, long before these people were thought about. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So stop allowing these people to, and we can identify each other long and speak to each other and had intricate trade routes and intricate building, intricate agriculture, intricate irrigations and everything, and statesmen and all this other stuff, bro. We had all this going on long before these people thought about it, bro. So just want to let you guys know that. So they're lying about a lot of this stuff. And once again, once they, it's Mississippi's theirs now, right? Missouri, Montana, it's theirs. That's their shit now, right? USA, USA. And that's the whole point, man. We got to take our shit back, y'all. So let's get to it. Missouri, an Indian tribal name denoting muddy water, a name for the large river. It's pretty simple. Montana, controversial from the standpoint of whether the name is Spanish or Latin. That's pretty interesting, y'all. Even though that Spanish comes from Latin, right? Now think about that. Why would they make that distinction? American Latin, American names, Algonquin, Sioux, all these are different dialects or their interpretations of our American Latin. And when I say Latin and American, that's where it gets kind of weird for y'all because people think it comes from there. They brought American or Latin here. They didn't. They didn't even bring Spanish here. So once again, Spanish is a mud language, a mixed language, right? All right, but quite descriptive. It means mountainous. Okay, that makes sense. Montana mountainous, right? Nebraska, and if you be like you from Montana, and people know where you're from, they kind of can have a not only geographical location, but just if you know about the area, then you'll know, okay, from the mountain, they know the type of people you are, blah, 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 right? Type of food you eat. If you're from a certain coast, you know what type of things that's going on that coast, so on and so forth, right? I think it's a seller, based off of what rivers are right, where you say that you're from, right? And that's how people would identify each other even back in these days, right? Still do today. Nebraska, from Sioux word, right, describing the river which the state gets its name, meaning shallow water or broad water, also said to be an Atos Indian word meaning flat river, referring to the Platte River. Okay? Nevada, from the Spanish word meaning snow-clad or snowy land. That's interesting. Or snowy, descriptive of the snow-clad mountains of the area. Okay? New Hampshire, named in 1629 by John Mason for the English county of Hampshire. Right? New Hampshire. Hampshire. Right? New Jersey, named for the Isle of Jersey off the coast of England by George Carteret, who settled in the area after receiving it in a grant from the Duke of York. Right? I know what the Duke of York is. The Ventures Company, and they changed it to Africans, the Royal African Company, the Royal Adventures Company, right? They later swapped that over to the African Company, right? So we'll get back to that. New Mexico, called New Mexico when the Mexicans referred to the territory north and west of the Rio Grande in the 16th century, right? May have been derived from the name of the Aztec war god Mesiti, right? Still, another interpretation is that it means habitation of the god of war, right? Now, this god of war is also called the black god, Meshi, right? Different variations of it. They call Mexico the land of the black gods. They like to say war gods, but once again, that's the remixing. Okay? Keep that back in mind. New York, originally called New Netherlands, but changed in 1664 when taken over by the English and named in honor of the Duke of York, right? New York, Duke of York, right? That's kind of interesting, you know. They say that, right? North Carolina. In the early 1600s, the area was referred to in some English papers as Carolina and was thought to be named for Charles I of England. Later, about 1663, the name Carolina was definitely applied to those who had received a grant to the land from Charles II, and so it was named in his honor. Now, this is what's so crazy, right? Imagine this, right? Say if they only sent 200 people, right? Ultimately, in his name, right? That says that we are Carolinas, right? Named after Quintos Carlos, right? Because his name wasn't Charles. During his time period, his name wouldn't have been Charles because that's new. That's translated. So when they're like King James, that's new. Charles, that's new, right? So Carolina is a feminine attribute for Carlos, right? Carolina Carlos. Get it? Right? So they just kept sending more people who would identify it and say, okay, well, we can do these things in his name, and then can apply to the land, to the state ultimately. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what they did with that. So North Dakota, I get the rest of that. Okay, yeah. North Dakota, from Indian's name meaning allies. Indian form is Lakota, Nakota, Lahota, or Dakota, right? Depending on dialect. Allies, right, was to signify the common name of the Confederate Sioux tribes, right? Ohio, right, is Iroquoian Indian word meaning the river of the same name. Beautiful river, taken from the river of the same name. Oklahoma is a Choctaw Indian word meaning, wait for it, Rood people. Now, red is brown. The etymology of red is Rud, Rudy. When the Germans, once again, when they came in and changed stuff, they changed it to red. Red does not depict mestizos or anybody who's mixed. They are not red. Red is a translation from Rudy, Rad, right? Colorado, Rad, Rud, Brown, right? Oklahoma means, it's a Choctaw word meaning brown people. Don't fuck with me. Oregon. One theory is that the name is derived from Oreganum, right? A species of wild sage from which grows abundantly on the coast of Oregon. Another that it stems from the Spanish Oregons, right? Which refers to the Indian tribes inhabiting the region and meant big-eared men, right? Joaquin Miller, poet of the Sierras, gave another version, right? That the name came from the Spanish Aluraguna, meaning gently falling waters, okay? Now, once again, that's how they do. And so next person come in and they come in with a different translation, the different meanings and all these things. This is the same thing that happened. Well, we're going to get back to Maroon in a minute, right? In Florida, right? So it says Rhode Island. Now check this one out, right? No, I'm sorry, guys. I've passed up Pennsylvania. Let's get back to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, this is the only state in the Union named for its founder, William Penn, right? Who wanted to call it Sylvania, right? Because of the extensive forest area. Right? Rhode Island, originally called Rude Island, right? By the Dutch navigator Adrian Block, from whom Block Island was named, presumably from the redness of the clay in the area along the shore. Name was later, what's that what they say? Anglicized, right, to Rhode Island, also said to have been named from the island of Rhode in the Mediterranean. But several historians give this little or no support, right? Go ahead and check this out, right? So Rudy Island, once again, it's just a descriptive term. It said red, right? But red didn't exist. It's red was brown. So it's just another descriptive term of the people, as well as the rivers and land. So the people, the rivers and land are the same thing. Right? South Carolina, named for Charles II of England, the same as its sister state, North Carolina. See, Carolina, right? We already did that. Named for Charles II, right? North South Carolina, same thing, right? South Dakota, from the Sioux name, meaning allies, right? See, Dakota, same shit. Tennessee, named for the Cherokee origin. See, Cherokee origin, Tennessee, origin from a tribe located at the village site called Tanasi, also spelled Tennessee, right? The state is named for its principal river, which has been interpreted as meaning bend in the river. However, this has not been substantiated and the meaning is considered to be lost. I'm sure you did. Texas. The generally accepted version is that the name is an Indian word, Tahanos, meaning friends or allies. Yeah, right. Utah, name taken from the Utah Indians who inhabited the region, but the origin of the word is unknown. Vermont, named by Samuel D. Chaplin, the famous lake's namesake for the Green Mountains. Vert, right? Vert is green, mountains, right? A range which is one of the outstanding features in the state, right? So it just means Green Mountain, Vermont, Green Mountain, Virginia, named by the Sir Walter Raleigh for Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen of England. Now that definitely sounds like some bullshit. A virgin queen. It's like saying a virgin prostitute on Tropicana and Boulder. Terrible. Shit. Washington may be said to have a truly American name. Y'all hear this shit? Named for George Washington, the father of our country. When the bill creating the territory of Columbia was introduced in the 32nd Congress, the name was changed to Washington because of the existence of the District of Columbia. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, they just act like the Washita or the Washita does not exist, right? And this is how they can write people out of history, right? The Washita exists. The Washita is a translation of the Washita, and George wouldn't have known anything about being called George or Washington in 1700s. So I think that's really interesting too. Y'all got to really hear what I just said. There's no such thing, no person named George Washington in the 1700s. So I know it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It's gonna keep hurting though. So what about the Washita? What about the Washita? Right. So West Virginia originally, right, part of Virginia, same shit. Western, left Virginia, right. Now this is kind of interesting. They retained a portion of the original name. It was suggested that it was named Kanawha, an Indian name, and the name of one of the principal rivers, but this was not adopted, right? So they was trying to name it something else, right? West Virginia. Wisconsin, from an Indian name whose meaning is uncertain, named after its principal river and said to mean wild rushing channel, also refers to holes in the banks of a stream in which birds nest. Spelled, right? See how that O right there, U-I consonant. So once again, just like when we talk about Washita, same way that they know that Wisconsin is an Aboriginal name, they know for a fact that Washington comes from Washita. It comes from Washita. Okay? They know this. So when they put this in here, they knew this before they did it. So once again, call them what they could hand and cookie jar again. And Wisconsin by early chroniclers, right? And once again, they're changing stuff to not only take ownership of it, but it's for commerce, right? Once again, they come in and creating charters. So okay, now you guys will become the Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? Will take ownership. This is how they're swapping places. Okay, super simple. Right? Wyoming name has more than one meaning. I'm sure it does, as interpreted by different authorities. I gotta say that again. Goddamn. Wyoming Name has more than one meaning as interpreted by different authorities. One meaning is extensive plains. Extensive plains from the Delaware or the Lenape word. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, you got Delaware or Lenape words way out west. Think about that. Another interpretation suggests that the name means mountains with valleys alternating. Put the link in the chat room, man. What you guys can see what state you guys repping tonight. You know, where a lot of you guys are at. Did you guys hear your town, your city? Yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you guys and hit the like button, share this. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate that. Where you guys at? Big dog down in Georgia. Yeah, I mean, we gotta think about that, man. Like they're talking about George Washington and King George and King James and these different names, but these people those names wouldn't have existed because these names are more modern names. So what were they called? Why is Carolina called Carolina? You know what I'm saying? North and South. You know what I mean? Was George Washington named after George, like King George, right? King George wasn't named George. So it's I don't know, man. It's real tricky, man, with these word spells, man. Wyoming. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys, man, tapping in this evening. I do want to pull up this this video though, you guys, from the African Diaspora channel, man. Let's break this down, man. It's really interesting, and definitely when you guys come on, we can talk about this video too. So yeah, let's just pull this up, man. Let's just get right to it. It's kind of late, y'all.
Everybody, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa.
And I am Latasha Blanton, also with the Real South Africa.
And you guys are welcome to sunny South Africa. If this is your first time, this is your opportunity.
Forget about it.
Scott with his channel.
And they will be here on March 16th through the 25th, 2022. The cost does include the flight, most meals, and your domestic flight in country from Johannesburg to Cape Town. The cost is $5,500 per person sharing and $6,150 per person wanting a single room.
Now, at this point, you don't need any extra shots. Only thing you need to do is have a negative COVID test prior to you leaving. And then, of course, upon departure, you will get you another COVID test. And then that's it. So that's really all you need. And, of course, a passport.
So no shots, no vaccines, no nothing. Just get to South Africa. We'll see you here.
There's this video on TikTok that I got to see where this woman is responding to another person asking a question about why these other groups like to use the N-word. And it's something that she pointed out that I actually want to get into in this conversation about even other groups and their feelings toward us as Black people. But let's go ahead and roll that clip.
All right, everyone. I want to talk to you about this. So I'm Native. Let's talk. There are Natives, Hispanic and Latino people, Asian people, Middle Eastern people who say this word. And I know the common defense is, oh, it's the neighborhood I grew up in. I grew up around Black people, or my kids are Black, or my girlfriend's Black, or my boyfriend's Black, and yada, yada, yada. But the original poster here has a very good point. Why aren't we calling each other our slurs? And if you're a person of color, I want you to really think about this. Think about if you're Asian and you saw a group of Spanish people walking around calling each other your slur. If you're Native and you heard Asian people walking around saying your slur. Like, no one else has this except for Black people and their slur. And that's fucking bullshit. And let me tell you why. That word has so much pain attached to it. And because Black people reclaimed it and then flipped it, made it part of pop culture, as only Black people do, pave the way for pop culture. Put it in music and shit like that. Have it as their vernacular and shit like that. Because it became common, you think you can say it? Because you're not white, you think you can say it? Because let me tell you something. White people aren't going to respect voices of color until we all push forward with one unified movement, one unified mindset. And part of that unification is you guys can't just say anything that you want to. And we're not going to front with each other. In many families of color, there is racism still. And who always gets the brunt of it? The darkest skinned of us, the Afrocentric. And that's bullshit. No, I don't care what hood you grew up in. If you're Latino or Hispanic, just because you grew up around Black people doesn't mean you get to say the N-word. Why? Because you know damn well your abuela is at the table making racial remarks, telling you to get with a white person and have a lighter skinned baby. And that goes for natives too. There's a huge Eurocentric versus Afrocentric versus mid-tone argument with the natives. But it's almost always agreed that it's against the Afrocentric. And with the Asian community, there's this constant like creepy fetishization. I'm thinking right now of K-pop and shit like that. Fetishization of Black characteristics and Black sounds and Black image, but then also not liking Black people. And I say all this having Latino and Asian and Middle Eastern friends, being Native and knowing the shit that gets talked about at the coffee table. There's no fucking reason. If you are past the age of 18, you should still be saying this word. And I don't care what group you fall into. If you're not Black, shut the hell.
Now, I'm going to say up front, I'm not a fan of that word at all. I'm not a fan of it. And the reason why I'm not a fan of it, because it sends a mixed message. I believe that our people fought so hard against that. I believe our people, died and everything to alleviate that word from having so much power over us, right? Now, I know in the 1970s, it's the time period that they decided to, as she talked about, which is true, take the word and flip it and use it against each other. But I really don't agree with that. I don't agree with it being in the music at all. Personally, if I had it my way, I would, actually get all of it removed. I believe that we can call each other whatever other name we want to call each other, but why it has to be that word. Now, when it comes to other groups, hearing them use that word against each other, and like she said, which is true, is that why don't you hear them using their particular slur? Because everybody has one. So why don't you hear them, calling each other their own slur? Why it got to be the slur that comes from our community? Now, unfortunately, that word in our community has been put up not only in pop culture here in America, but it's known throughout the world. It really is. But that's a reason for that as well, because these record labels that you see out here, they have no problem with that. But let, a rapper use a slur against another community. For instance, they have rappers that have used things that they thought was anti-Jewish, and immediately that was taken down. Like, for instance, Michael Jackson. When you say they don't really care about us, if you heard the original song of that, they had, Jewish slurs in there. Oh, that was taken out. If they say anything about LGBT and make some sort of reference to that, they'll take that out. They'll cancel that particular rapper. But you can say the N-word all day long, and that's no problem. Everybody in songs want to say it and sing it and everything. And until Black people in America in particular say, okay, enough is enough. If we say that to each other as one thing, but it don't need to be in the music that's being consumed worldwide. We need to go on and in that, then we can. For me, it's like telling people not to say something, but they hear it all the time. And that's a big debate within our community. But the part that I really want to get to with her is that when she said that basically all these other groups consume, black culture, basically, but you better not bring home Tyrone. It's okay to bring home Brad. It's okay to whiten the race, right? It's okay to do that, as you said, Eurocentric, but you're talking crap about black people. She also mentioned.
Stephen, did you know TurboTax is free no matter how you want to file?
I don't believe that.
Mentioned, and I mentioned this on my other channel about things like K-pop, in South Korea. They'll be copying everything black people do in the hip hop culture, but they don't like black people. And I've said this, I'm going to continue to say this. When Dr. John Henry Clark, the great man that he was, said that we have no friends, that's true. We have no collective friends. Now, some individuals, that's maybe different. And those individuals that rock with us or even rock with you personally, cool, rock with them. But when it comes to these, groups as collectives, they don't like us like that. When they talk about us at a dinner table, it's always something negative. And the sad part, even some of our brothers and sisters who's coming over here from different nations in the Caribbean, and some of them coming from African nations too, they have the same conversation about Black American people. And then when you bring that conversation up, oh, why y'all saying that? And y'all just being hateful against your own. And it's like, no, that's a reality. That is a reality. And that also has to be discussed without getting in your feelings and crying, etc. You understand? And I've said this many times, Black Americans have not done anything to nobody as a collective of people. You cannot point out nothing in history all the way up to now that Black Americans did any of y'all anything. I'm going to, whether it's white folk or anybody else outside of white folks. You said these other groups who got some sort of color to them, we ain't done nothing to you. We haven't done a thing to you. Matter of fact, it wouldn't be for us. You wouldn't even be allowed to have certain set-asides in this country. I don't get that. You so against Black people, as a community. You want to look at what we do, sing our music, copy what we do, copy our style, do all the things, but you don't like us at the same time. That for me, that's so weird, because when I don't like someone, I don't copy them. I don't like white supremacists. I don't like the Klan. I don't like neo-Nazis. It'd be like me saying I don't like them, but then I'm sitting up here dressing like a neo-Nazi. I don't like a white supremacist, but I got a big Confederate flag in my house. But I'm claiming, but I don't like them people. But I'm saying I'm there mimicking them. I'm copying everything they're saying. I'm doing everything people look at me like, well, huh? So why is it that people in society don't look at these other groups like that and say, wait a minute, hold on. You don't like Black people, but you singing their music? You don't like Black people, but you clearly dressing like a Black dude. You clearly mimicking the image of a Black girl. Like that's weird to me. But you don't like them. Like, please, I want these other groups in the comments. I would like you to come by and please explain that to us. Explain that to the Black delegation. Why is it that I'm not even saying you, but why is it people could be in your community copy Black people so much, but good and well collectively, Black people isn't like that. You know that. Because one thing that we don't do as Black people, we don't have to copy any of you. We constantly creating our own style. We always constantly innovating culture. It never stays the same. Words change, styles change, types of music change. Everything constantly change with us. Because we are creative people. But we're not sitting up here trying to mimic you and then at the same time hating on you. The thing is about Black people, we don't have a hatred for nobody. We'll go eat with anybody. You can hang out and do anything else with Black people. But I don't understand, why y'all come in with this vitriol against Black folk. Why? Now, I know for some of you that come into this country, you vetted to come in here. So I know you have to have some sort of sentiments that you can't be against the system. That's for sure. You can't be against white supremacy, and for sure can't team up with the Negro. I understand that. But outside of that, why are you having conversations at your dinner table about Black people? And if you were truly about to stay within your community, why is it okay for Brad to come around or Becky to come around? Why is it okay to whiten your community up? Why is it okay for that? See, you're a self-hater too. You actually hate yourself too. You really do. But yet, when you try to side with these white supremacists, in order to side with them, you have to hate us. That's why I say this is why a lot of black people have been saying that immigration has no benefits for black Americans because we're importing more enemies. It's enough we have the white supremacists to deal with in America. We do not need to be importing anymore. That's where that conversation comes from. So I've heard some people get mad and say, oh, well, when black people talk like that, you sound like a right winger. No, we're not sounding like a right winger. The right wingers haven't done anything for y'all to come over here. They haven't. And I'm talking about all. I'm not talking about one group. I'm not talking about African immigrants. I'm not talking about Caribbean. I'm talking about all. Okay? All the set-asides that these people get come because of what we have fought for and dealt with. And then you get over here, you oh yeah, I'm a person of color like you. And oh man, I got some African ancestry until you get your set aside, until you get your bag, until you get a position in Congress, till you get a position in the Senate, till you get a caucus, right? Until you get that, until you become a mayor, the sheriff. Then after that, it's like, F y'all black people, y'all lazy. It's the same, and now Black Americans woke up to that now, and they say, "Oh, okay, well this is how y'all are. Well, okay, cool. Then that, it is what it is now. Now we're gonna give you all a taste of your own medicine. See, this is where that's coming from. I told y'all. See, y'all had grace and mercy with the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons and all of that. Even the minister trying to include y'all and saying that we need to work together, etc. Right? But y'all the one that really took those brothers for granted. And y'all came here, got your leg up. As soon as you got your leg up, you sided with those white supremacists. You didn't sit up here and say, let me look at my black brother and sister who helped me get to where I'm at. Now you're talking to like a white supremacist. So this is why a lot of black folks are saying, nah, I'm cool on that. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if more black people start signing up to work for the CBP, the Customs and Border Protection. Don't be surprised if black people start signing up for that. Don't be surprised if black Americans start signing up even more to become immigration officers. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Because like every
Watch the ground, Nix.
everybody, like I said, we don't need no more people coming in here being an enemy to Black America. We got enough already here. We dealing with the white supremacists all the time. And now we got to deal with white supremacist imports. But once again, I want to know in the comments section, what is the deal with y'all? Seriously. Most of us don't deal with you like that. Most black people, even if you're worrying about whitening up your race or whatever, I don't know what you're trying to do. The majority of all groups stay within a group. When we talk about marriage and things like that, statistically. So it's not even an issue like that. But you're so keen on the Negro. You're very, very keen on that in your groups. But I will tell you politically, things have changed. And you can listen to your Democrat shields all you want, but Black Americans saying no more. No more coming up over here and getting your leg up and then you siding with white supremacists. That's not gonna happen no more, because we ain't carrying the water for nobody no more. I said nobody. I'm not pointing out no group. We said nobody. And I don't advocate for Black Americans to carry the water for anybody. Nope. You since Black Americans are lazy and Black Americans are all different things that you say. Okay, cool. We'll be lazy and we'll let you work and do it on your own. How about that? And nothing that you got going on is a benefit to us. Nothing. Politically, it's right now. Because what happens is you get in there, and then the moment you get in there, you saying forget Black America, and then unfortunately, some of the people that come in this country look like us, some that are Caribbean, or some that are from the African countries who immigrate here. Unfortunately, the moment you get a leg up, and we talking about politically, number one, you make sure you not say you're Black American, you say you're Caribbean or whatever else, and then you're not even looking out for the betterment of Black America, which you're supposed to be part of, right? And like once again, I love Black people globally, I do, but I will check you too. Don't ever think just because this channel is named African Diaspora News Channel that I won't check any of you, whether it's here in America or throughout any other country in the world. And I also understand that, and y'all have to understand this, listen to me. These people that come into this country, no matter where they come from, they're vetted. The only ones that's not vetted is them people coming from south of the border, because they kind of bum rushing. So they can't vet them like that. But if they coming from that airplane and with a visa, they're being vetted. That's for sure. I'm telling you. That's why they don't come over here. Even those within our own community don't come over here with, hey, man, I'm going to join my brothers and sisters. No, they want to make sure if they get here, hey, you just come here to make money and work, right? You're not trying to fight the system, right? You're not going to join the Black Americans, right? Oh, no. I just want to work. I just want a job. I ain't fooling with them. I just want some money. That's their problems. I'm just letting y'all Black Americans know that them folks vet them before they come here. So that's why you having problems, because now it's starting to be exposed. But you go to their countries and like, oh man, everybody cool, everybody copacetic, everybody happy, everybody straight with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell y'all, don't view your interactions, especially within our community, with Caribbean and African immigrants that come here as that's the sentiment in their countries, because it's not. I can tell you from going, it's not. Them folks make sure to select. There's a lot of Africans and Caribbeans that try to get visas to come here. They don't even let them come here. I'm telling you that. They don't even let them come over here. But we as Americans can get a visa and go everywhere the hell we want to go. But answer that question. What is up with these groups that come here or immigrate here or whatever? I said all. We ain't pointing out none. All. What is your issue with Black Americans? What? Give me at least some factual information to show that we have stole your land. We took your resources from you. We killed off your people. Because it's amazing, the people that did all that to you, which is the white supremacists, that's the people you want to be with. That's the people you want to marry and everything else. That's amazing to me. So the people that didn't do nothing to you, that's the evil people. But the white supremacists that took your land, you talking about your native, took your land, took your resources, killed your men, your women, your children. That's the people you still want to be cool with? If you talking about you Hispanic or whatever, same story with you too. Like, that's the people you want to be cool with? Even in the state I am, Texas, it used to be called Mexico. And you cool with that? I just got questions. But y'all let me know in the comment section what you think about this video. But shout out to the young lady. Like I said, this is nothing against her. I'm glad she actually bringing up the conversation, and I respect that. I always going to respect anybody that's bringing up conversations in other groups as really addressing the issues and problems and just put that up to the forefront. So it's nothing against her at all. I appreciate the video that she made, but let me know in the comments. Living in America as a Black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a Black American person, you must understand this system, because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism, the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.
Well, there you have it. First off, she must have been like from the raccoon tribe or something. Like she had the mascara like way over there. It was really looking crazy. Some of the stuff that she was saying though, as far as this word, the N word, or which y'all know I like nigga. You know what I mean? Love it. Once again, redirecting the energy and taking things, and the reason why we were or are alienated away from certain terminologies. And this is the problem. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Aborigines. Well, if they put a sign up and it just says nothing but negative, Aborigine this or whatever, they can alien colored. The colored is bad. Black is bad, right? And once again, Phil is still pushing black, and that's a problem. That's a part of the caste system. That's a part of the situation. So yes, we have to start chipping away at the social constructs. That's the problem. You know what I mean? And allowing people to socially use them. And whether they sit at the table having a conversation, that's on them. You can't tell nobody what they can do at their table. You know what I mean? Or whatever. More and more things are being socially unacceptable. But most people are ignorant, willfully ignorant, but they're ignorant. And most people hate the bottom of the caste system. Period. So it's kind of like that movie Platform. People at the bottom of the platform ain't getting shit, but shit, whatever, leftovers, nothing. They're gonna starve to death, right? It's just the same concept, and nobody wants to be at the bottom. Everybody wants to shit at everybody on the bottom. You know what I mean? So another thing, when these people come here, they're competing for our resources. Simple. Link in the chat room one more time, you guys. And see Rain up in the building. Man. Doug Diagnostics in the building. What else we got here, man? Jonathan Carter. Shy Alpha. Peace to the guys, man. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Hey, man, like, share, subscribe, man. Support the real. DJ ZPE. Takes all kinds to make the world. Yeah, I guess. I guess I do. Yeah, man, what you guys think about that? Like I said, we're not really that concerned about it, but would I care if they took it out of music? No. If it was not, if it's not in the lexicon, yes, of course. If you could take away a lot of other words and phrases that are used in American lexicon, I would be gladly like black. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would definitely be all for that. But until y'all do, we're gonna be nigga, 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 nigga. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And once again, it's us taking the power out of it, but also tapping into the right frequency. So once again, we say Niji is nigga. The G's. J's turned into G's. It's the same thing. The I and the A or whatever, you know what I mean? Let's get a little music break, and we'll come right back, man, with something else, y'all. You guys gonna come in or not, man? We're gonna keep it pushing. Yeah, we definitely finished the states though. Big Dog, Philly OG. Yeah, that's definitely nobody's business. You know what I mean? You know, obviously no kids and things of that nature, but yeah, you know, it's on you. Honestly, you know what I mean? We're not patrol. We're not the stick police. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's facts. AIM majors in the building. Said J was invented in 1524, so I'm thankful for that. Which you,
What's good, my brother? Much love, much respect to everybody. How you feeling tonight, my brother?
Big Dog. All's well, man. About yourself?
All is well, my brother. I was tuning in, listening to the video. You know, shit was touching some bases and missing a lot of bases. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I go, man.
Yeah. You know, other than that, it's all good. You know, one thing I heard is that, you know, we ain't gonna get no respect until we become one nation. You know what I mean? I heard that for sure. And that's what I be trying to emphasize on.
Let me ask you a question. When
Yes,
you was
sir.
in the military, did you live outside the country?
Yes, sir.
USA. USA.
Yes, sir.
USA. Now let me ask you a question, right?
Yes,
Do,
sir.
do America and Americans get respect outside the country?
Yes.
Okay. So we already got the respect that we talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm saying.
I was over in Europe for 3 years. I was in Europe, Germany, for 3 years. That's where I did my tour at over there. And I was treated like a king over there. You know what I mean?
That's my point. So we already get the respect, you know, on a global level, and a lot of things too. It's not really hate, Phil. It's admiration. It's jealousy. Think about it. It's jealousy, and definitely competing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course they wanna take certain things and music, the culture, even sometimes, our women and men. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you know, uh, they still gonna rock with their race first, right? And once again, race is a social construct that was constructed, but the key word race, it's a race to resources, a race to power, it's a race to this, a race to that. Once again, if you can't see yourself even in your dreams getting power, bro, you're never gonna get it. So that's kind of the thing, man. Just changing the mindset, changing the words, the verbiage, and the things that you use for yourself. You know what I mean? And so once again, a lot of people are emotionally attached to words, and that's by design. You know what I mean? So me just like say, okay, we're gonna change the frequency. Like we're all Americans, right? So that's the galvanizing rallying call. You know what I mean? So and that's where we get our power. So God bless America. That's right. That's right. American. We are the Americans, the first Americans. USA, USA. Yeah, man. So I want to say shout out to everybody, man. All my Americans out there, man. You know, not only here in the homeland, in the great grandmotherland, you know, but also, you know, abroad as well, man. I want to say shout out to everybody, man. If you guys are being safe and repping, you know, America, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Can we get a USA, USA, USA? Like I said, man, it's all about changing your perspective on stuff, man. Once again, they have created all these shows and these things to make us not love who we are as well as love our homeland. So the homeland of the American Negro is America. Lady Lindia is in the building. Peace to the guys, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Tapped in, man. Yeah. Hey, big dog, you got anything else? Any other questions, man? Anything else you want to say, brother?
Nah, I was listening in, my brother. Like I said, I agree with like you said, we would be taught to self-hate ourselves, you know, and it takes a lot of work to, you know, to start loving yourself again. You know, and that's what I ask my people to do. Dig down deep and learn how to love yourself again. Learn how to love and respect others, man. You know, that's the only way we gonna build together. If we learn how to respect ourselves and and our own people. You know what I mean? So like I said, I was tapping and he touched on a lot of things, but I'm here, brother. We can talk about whatever.
Yeah. Well, once again, you know, we know the issues as a people. And it's like we refuse to take action. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a blueprint hasn't been put together because these people didn't have shit when they came here. You know what I mean? So not only everybody has used us as a ladder to their success while pushing us down. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and that's the problem. That's the problem I have with us as a people, where we could just start investing in each other and supporting each other as opposed to pushing for these people. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I totally agree with you, my brother. That's what I try to do in the community.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, we should be self-sufficient, self-contained, not just as internet community, but, you know, it's just a form of us to connect to each other, but offline and everything else that we got going on should be moving in that direction, man. And once again, man, like I said, bro, we are not funded, you know what I mean, by any outside entities. We don't, you know, we're not working against the best interests of all our people, all the American people. You know what I'm saying? And
you know what kills me, Chief, real quick?
Yeah.
You know, the brother touched on it, like melanated people all on this whole plane have been I don't want to say oppressed, but held back. It ain't just us in America. That's what.
But we the majority on the planet, though, bro.
Exactly. And they want to act like it's just us.
It's not even
it's just
close.
us that they stole our, you know, our history and our heritage. You know what I mean? But it's all over. And that's what kills me about, you know, a lot of the foreigners that come over here. They act like, you know, they wasn't living under a goddamn somebody's rule other than themselves. But that's all I wanted to touch base on, bro.
Yeah. So we were showing the states earlier, right? And Georgia It's named after, so they say, after King George, and Pennsylvania, which they said is the only state named after basically a foreigner, right? All the rest, most of them, not all of them, but most of them were corruptions.
Or mythological characters or mythological objects, some shit like
Well,
that.
or just rivers and the people, states, named after the people who were next to the pretty mountains. You know what I mean? And that translated into this. The point is, though, they didn't bring these state names here, or counties, or streets. You know what I'm saying? But once they corrupted them, they changed the meanings of stuff. So when we talk about the word maroon, right? Like when people hear that, they be like, "Oh, that's Gilligan them. They was marooned on the island." That is once again, being marooned is something that's happened. It has nothing to do with being a noun. See what I'm saying? So now we're talking about a descriptive term of some people who are descriptive as their skin tone, right? And that's what we're talking about, brown. So, knowing these things, kind of gives you a leg up, because when you read stuff, you're like, wait a minute, they just said Colorado comes from Rudy, brown, right? Rudy Island. You're like, well, what the fuck? And these people will change their name into the corruption. So now you're like, well, wait a minute, Washington. Why they didn't just say that was a Choctaw word, Washita? Why didn't they say that? And then change to Washita, then change to Washington. Same thing with maroon. Change from brown, maroon to cimarron, right? To a Seminole. So now you just alienated the actual inhabitants of Florida, for instance, and changed them to African Americans, and now created a buffer class, mixed people who are taking the benefits as the Seminole. You understand how this work? It's just simple as that.
Yes, sir.
And that's how they beat us. We're going to cut this off right here, and this is going to be called Georgia. What? Like, what are y'all talking about? So this is how they beat us. Yeah, we are America, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. Shit. What is on your mind, brother? Big dog.
Yeah, I'm falling back with the family listening in, brother. That's why I had muted my daughter and wife in the background. But I'm here. Like I said, whatever. Say hello.
Hi. Peace, young empress.
Yeah, my little daughter.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Peace of your lovely tribe, brother.
Same yours, my brother. Much love. Tasco Company, much love too. Everybody in the chat, much love and respect.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate that. Hey, man, it's just pure fuckery. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, I appreciate that ring, man. I've been trying to tell people, man, they better get that thing, man. That uncut version, man, of the Founding Fathers joint, man, with Ahanu, man, was stupid, y'all. Y'all better get that thing, man. All of them, man. All the pay-per-view events are just stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Just straight materials and breakdowns never seen before. And, we do this every night, man. We're doing it right now. So it's not like, people act like this is not here. But, hey, Big Dog, I was watching these guys earlier, and they were Pan-African Strike Back is the channel, right? And the dude kept asking the sisters what were their tribes, right? You know what I'm saying? What tribe are they from? But the question is always got to go to them. But it was a dude on there from Nigeria, right? That says he was Igbo. And he kept saying that the Igbo basically brought okra to America. And we're like, wait a minute. Okra is from America. See what I'm saying? So they had looked the term up, okra, right? And just Wikipedia, Googled it, whatever. And it was basically saying it grows wild, you know, maybe, probably, right? At the Nile and what is now called Ethiopia. It was like, wait a minute, the Nile and Ethiopia are not in the same place. You know what I mean? So when we talk about America and information that's came out after that, when we talk about 103 facts, or the encyclopedia, right? The encyclopedia talks about okra being indigenous from America, one of the staples, one of the food that is indigenous from America that was taken there. And once again, these people say stuff like, you know, rice comes from there, right? Yo, I want to pull up the leeward and uh, um, West Wind islands, right? I'm gonna pull this up real fast, y'all. We gotta break this down. Cause this guy, you know, they always be like, they'll show you these posters and they'll be like, yeah, it comes from Leeward and West Wind. And they keep saying it's Africans, you know, all this other stuff, and it's not saying Africans, and they're basically saying this is the Rice Coast, right, or the Gold Coast, or the Rice Coast would be in the West Indies in the Caribbean islands. So once again, people were making or coming or being brought in for seasonal work, right, from the Caribbean islands and back and forth. It's called blackbirding, right? So we talk about, you know, when legs up, and it was like, what's it called? They don't do any research out on anything that they say out their face. I think that's really interesting. So yeah, I want to pull this up real fast. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Yeah, most of them don't do no research, my brother. They regurgitate what they learned in middle and high school, and regurgitate what they learned in college also. But yeah, they don't do much research. And most of their research that they use is through some kind of bibliological form. So I totally agree with you. And shout out to everybody tapping in, man. Appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah. So once again, right, they'll say stuff, you know, and you know, we've been catching them in this for a long time, you know, like the rice coast and, you know, all these different things. But once again, rice is not indigenous either to Africa. Somebody say, well, shit, if it was, why y'all hungry? Like, that would be kind of simple right there, right? But they say out of the 640 food groups that are in Africa today, 600 of them come from America originally. But once again, they'll get it confused. Be like, well, they have a name for okra, right? Right? This Igbo dude, and I told him, I was like, yo, Igbo is not indigenous to Africa or the people. These are colonized names and words, just like Mende, okay? Just like Yoruba. So it's just really weird, man. Be saying out their faces. But yeah, I want to pull up this Leeward and Western Islands. So put this up real fast. Yeah, break this down. Super simple, but you know, they'll say stuff without any context to it, right? Any. So just wanted to point that out. Cinnabar is red too. That's what's up. Cinnabar. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to your grandson catching his first fish. That's dope. Oh yeah. I'm about to pull this up. I'll just read it. But you guys will see it too. 1 second. You guys gotta see where these islands are at too. It's really interesting. I gotta break this down because it only makes sense is when you kind of got to see, like, well, what's closer to the continental United States, right? Or what would be closer to the British interest of, in the continental United States. And then what time period? Of course, the British wasn't there at a certain time period, so we wouldn't be having that conversation or those conflicts with them. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah.
We're gonna play some music till Chief get back.
Into your pocket. In fact,
Threads 3000. All right. All right. I was in the back choking. I knew Chief was talking about different foods that's indigenous to America. But I was smoking on some good shit and I was choking like a motherfucker. I'm still trying to get my breath right now. Shout out to Threads 3000. Like a motherfucker. Threads 3000. Shout out to Threads 3000 for spitting that fire. Kind of sound like myself there. Much love to all the family. What we got on the line next? What we got? We got some dangerous music. Called Hood Politics by Dangerous Music. Dangerous Music. Make sure y'all support these artists. Stay in the community. Dangerous Music, Threads. Trey Ali, King Isaiah, Chris Cyphers. Support them brothers. They giving us some good music to listen to. Hey, can I get some fireballs for the music, please? Some fireballs in the chat for the OG. And the other paint the picture. Make sure y'all support the brother Chief, Supreme Chief Holiday, the GOAT, Mr. Miyagi.
shit I was selling the fiends was really killing them. Your gun bars ain't much if your gat don't shoot. I'm strapped and bulletproof like the Batman suit. All it takes is one snap to have my enemies killed. The laws of space and time, I could bend them at will. Yeah, I'm in the world that some of y'all have not seen, and living on the page that some of y'all cannot read.
Dangerous music in a motherfucking house.
Cause I decided it's enough and now I finally speak. Tell you the truth, I don't trust people who cheat. It's deeper than having sex, you give birth to deceit. If you see what it's
Brother spitting fire.
if you lie to the ones you love, then you do it to me. The cold word is rainy night. Niggas get wet outside, but ain't no rain in sight. They wonder where this come from. Ascension when it's all done. No reason to believe in a God.
When you become one.
You understand, you could get it the same. Niggas will double cross you if they get them the fame. My soul ain't for sale just to get in the game. It's dangerous, homie, just remember the name.
History is filled with
Feather Girl. Feather Girl. Job Bricks. Job Bricks in the house.
Honestly, I'm just looking for a feather girl, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna play some music till Chief Holiday get back. Appreciate each and every one of y'all here. Make sure y'all support the channel. Hit that like button, share the video. Job Bricks. Chocolate girl, know you fine. Like that look like me. Dangerous music. It's called Bring a Friend.
I'm just glad they came through. They do more than love making in this champagne room. They look sexy in them clothes, they bout to strip away soon. There's levels to how they working, we skipping through stage 2. She make it feel different when she moves dangerous while I'm feeling it. Then we switching up the pace and the Frank kissing. They got me trying different things like I'm a puppet to these bitches. All they missing is the strings. You sex me with your best friend, you gon' show and prove that pussy let me know there's a heaven when it comes in twos. Ain't no skip your friend along. As you drop into your knees and tell her get it. She only want me cause I'm up now. I do a show, I bet she rush out. She can't wait to live again. Do whatever for my love now. Shorty desperate for my love now. So I told her bring a friend. Bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend. You brought your friend with you. What we doing ain't nothing new to them. It's easy to believe in the goddess when I got two of them. They think a nigga can't keep up. I'ma have to prove to them that stamina got the same lifespan as Methuselah. I'm fucking don't be sad when she put her face in it. It make you want it, how she get it, so we change with it. Then I surprise they mine, and then I call my niggas up like if they die, they die. She only want me cause I'm up now. I do a show, I bet she rush out. She can't wait to live again. Do whatever for my love now. Shorty desperate for my love now. So I told her bring a friend. Bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend, bring your friend with you. Bring your friend, bring your friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They say they paper tripping, they ain't paper tripping. I ain't even got a social, bitch, I'm non-existent. I ain't never signed no contract with no corporate business. Niggas quick to say they free, but it ain't how they living, huh? Public school was made to create public fools. A billion pictures of invaders trying to say they you. This Atlantis, this our planet, that's on I'ma rule. This ain't the book of old plays, this that out of bull. That was never great, showing greatness and they get mad at you. Quick to holler slave, but in them days, bitch, they had masters too. 1655, Anthony Johnson took his slave to court. Black slave masters were majority till we went to war. Quick to holler out copper, color, copper strap and blow. Fuck a copper, social distance beef and had the copper stove. Chain by Slovakia in parliament, case you didn't know. You want the foreign leadership, check me if you don't believe this shit. I need paper, big paper, big paper, I need paper, big paper, secret papers, I'm escaping. How the fuck I wake up in a business, paper tripping, cause these papers tripping, now I'm paper tripping, by the paper, big paper, honey paper, big paper, secret papers, I'm escaping. How the fuck I wake up in the business, paper tripping, cause these papers tripping, now I'm paper tripping, I made a point not to speak on the vaccinations. Social media bringing in medical segregation. My body, my choice when abortion's a mission statement. Guess your body has no choice when you ain't for the population. Gain of function research administered through the teachers. Fauci turning Jesus, they trapping it through the preachers. Got every family beefing, can't even cough in their region. Controversy bringing leeches enough to break down your defense. Force your pledge allegiance to a corporation. Power ain't for show, depends on your participation. Probably ain't gonna go for broke, they scary with no pawns to play with. Them hoes on the creeping like they disappear soon as the day hit. Brady Vaughn took them on, now her soul long gone, rest in peace. I'm quiet for that shit happened to me. Brady Vaughn took them on, now her soul long gone, rest in peace. I'm quiet for that shit happened to me. I need paper, big paper, big paper, I need paper, big paper, secret papers, I'm escaping. How the fuck I wake up in a business, paper tripping, cause these papers tripping, now I'm paper tripping, by the paper, big paper, big paper, honey paper, big paper, secret papers, I'm escaping. How the fuck I wake up in the business, paper tripping, cause these papers tripping, now I'm paper tripping up. Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah. God's children, give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God and Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we let this turn to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Tell you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God, it's never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let their slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patent accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
Welcome back, good brother.
Is music playing?
It was, but it stopped about a minute
Okay.
ago.
Welcome to the lake. Oh, man. Shout everybody out, man. Peace to everybody, man, in the building. Hey, big dog, you know, you got anything you want to say, man? We can, don't let the people in the Bible want to come in here.
I'm good. We could build on like whatever you want to talk about. Like you was talking about the foods from America that they took over there. You know what I mean? I'm with whatever.
Well, it's up to y'all, man. What y'all want to do, man? It don't matter to me. It's a type of essay. I'm just actually moving my screen. Cool. Hey, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, if you got any last words, anything you want to say?
Hey, much love to the people. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Let's keep supporting, the real. If they ain't real, don't support their ass. Keep supporting the real. Much love to everybody, man. Grand Rising. That's it, my brother. Much love. Peace.
I appreciate you, man. Grand Rising.
Thank you for letting me come up, good brother.
No problem. Anytime. Yeah, man. I'm gonna run this song before you get up out of here, or what have you, whatnot. I appreciate everybody tapping in. You guys got something out to build this evening. Thank everybody for tapping in. You already know. Thank the CEO on the production side of the game. One of the best producers out there, yes. Executive producers, the CEOs, and building out. I want to thank you guys for tapping in as well. Appreciate it. All the great ones tapped in, man. Like I said, if you guys haven't had the chance to like, share, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys already show. So definitely appreciate that, man. Appreciate all the anonymous people who like to remain anonymous. We definitely appreciate you guys as well. I say thank you. Appreciate it. So appreciate all the work you guys do, man. So appreciate it. And so just gonna get up out of here. Say good night. Happy Black History Month too, by the way.
Rose gold dip, money so blue it look like crips. Work so good this shit gon' flip. Sauce so strong this shit gon' drip, 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 drip. Dope so good these hoes gon' bite. All these bitches nigga, all this ice. Everything now God drop be pipe. Flex by what I made these niggas. Daycare center, I raised these niggas. Rose showers, I spray these bitches. Hate me, love me, don't make no difference. Backwood rolled up, nigga, I smoke. Trap girl with me everywhere I go. Cocaine flow, my shit so dope. All these D's wrap round my throat. TTG, I'm trained to go. Money over bitches, I don't love these hoes. I FDB, I fuck that bitch. CDC, cut that chick. No control, I don't play no game. Knocked up ass, these hold my name. 4.6, I'm out of your range. Nigga Bruce Lee kick like a young Luke Kane, like woo. Yeah, hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Corner stove, hustle, yeah, I work that stove. Got at the pot, yeah, I work that stove. Now God, nigga, boy, I birthed that coast. Still in my style, can't work no more. Uptown, nigga, boy, I made that shred. Mask up on you, come take that bag. Real true hustle, make that bag. Real street, nigga, I don't play like that. All the way live, baby girl, I'm a real one. Let it go up on you, go OJ Simpson. I don't play with these niggas, better check my pen. Mexico flat, better check these trenches. Feeling like Gucci, all my children. Nigga ain't with it, then you might well killing. Nigga ain't gang, I'm feeling. Cut a nigga hand off, bitch, keep stealing. You went in the horseshoe with me. Who taught that dog fooling me? I wasn't shootout after shootout with them niggas across the street. These niggas all off a beat. I made it all off a D. But till a nigga dead or they bust my head, we don't call off the beef. Kid hopping out the Rari. kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi, no one can stop me. Danielson, 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 Mr. Miyagi, Kia hopping out the Rari, kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi.